It was the first genocide of the 20th century. 1.5 million people were killed, and the remaining survivors were forcibly exiled from their ancestral homes. The Armenian genocide took place during and just after World War I, from 1915 to 1923. The young Turk government of the Ottoman Empire committed heinous atrocities against the Armenian population in order to deliberately and systematically destroy them.
My father walked the desert, including my mom. Our entire family was totally wiped out. And my father cried every day, telling me what happened.
The primary method was deportation. Entire communities and families were deported, subsequently starved. Along the way, there were a series of massacres. Survivors were corralled ultimately into concentration camps, which turned into death camps, and then therein killed in mass numbers by the hundreds of thousands in the Syrian desert.
There is no doubt the Armenian genocide was a crime against humanity and civilization. Yet the Turkish government continues to deny the historical fact to this day. The United States was the first country to recognize the Armenian killings as the murder of a nation.
America was growing during that World War I period, and it was the first venture of America outside its borders, helping to that extent the humanitarian needs of a needy people. President Wilson cast the attention of the American society, American governments, on the plight of the Armenians. The significance is that an Armenian president is visiting the tomb of a man who was one of the foremost heroes of the Armenian people.
The term genocide was first coined after these cataclysmic events by Holocaust survivor Raphael Lemkin, who specifically referenced what happened to the Armenian people in 1915 and the Jewish people in Hitler's Germany as the prototypes of genocide. Today, the Armenian Assembly of America, a nonprofit Washington-based organization, promotes genocide education, affirmation, and prevention, and confronts denial of the Armenian genocide and advocates for the rights of Armenian people by building a strong U.S.-Armenia relationship based on shared values and common interests.
For advocacy, the Armenian Assembly has essentially written and been the leader and the architect of every piece of pro-Armenian legislation that's passed Congress. We've accumulated resources, prepared curricula, and taught people through our website and through teaching people and encouraging people and defending their right to teach honest history in ways that have ripple effects throughout the world, not just in the United States.
The Armenian Assembly of America, established in 1972 and headquartered in the nation's capital, focuses on a broad array of issues, including its advocacy and educational efforts.
The Armenian Assembly has been there at every step, from whether it's the earthquake of Armenia, whether it's affirmation of the Armenian genocide, and everything in between. And for our future, we see the same thing happening. The Armenian Assembly is going to be there day in and day out as a voice for all Armenians.
This was established for the benefit of all Armenians. One of the main issues that we have been advocating would be the affirmation of the Armenian genocide.
The Armenian Assembly of America, as well as Armenians around the world, commemorate the loss of innocent lives from the genocide. Now, its 95th anniversary.
With a renewed sense of dedication, we will continue to work, especially as we get ready to commemorate the 95th anniversary of the Armenian genocide. I am hopeful that this time we will succeed and move forward and bring about better relations and peace in the Caucasus region.
With the approval of the Armenian Genocide Resolution by the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, one of the organization's missions is to continue to build support and secure its passage through Congress.
The resolution, what really means, is step number one to bring the entire resolution to the floor of the Congress so the Congress could vote on that Armenian genocide affirmation.
We are here to say enough is enough. Let us have Congress adopt the Armenian Genocide Resolution and make sure that the U.S. stands proud and for the principles upon which we were founded to ensure that this genocide is recognized once and for all.
Thanks to the concerted efforts of the Armenian Assembly of America, the dark tragedy of the Armenian genocide will never be forgotten. To learn more about the Armenian Assembly of America, visit aainc.org.